Hey guys, it's Tommy. Time to take a look at the first round of 2020 at Calspeed Karting. We are doing the Classico counterclockwise layout, and it should be a good one. Jumping right into the racing here. Decent reaction time, but not the best, and certainly not the best clutch in that kart. Not a good start. So get passed by two people after starting on pole. Jumping right into some racing and squabbling, not wasting any time. Dropping back a little bit, just trying to race my own race here and let those guys fight and catch up to them. Starting to learn the kart. We get a new kart every session in this series, so learning the handling characteristics and adapting to them quickly is certainly part of the challenge. A lot of fighting going on up here between Tony and Zahn. I can see Tony setting up for an inside move on Zahn in turn 4 here. And he gets it in there with a little bit of sliding and pushing going on. Zahn keeps the inside line. I'm not able to make it stick around the outside. And gets a little bit of headway on Tony. Whoa, which Tony doesn't see, creating a minor brown pants moment for all involved. And Zahn and I check up, which lets not one, but two karts around the inside, as you'll see here. So, a little work to do. I'm able to get by Zahn, and he's right behind me, bumping me. But dropping all the way back to 4th. Heather takes a peek up the inside, but I'm able to hang on to that inside spot. I give her the hand signal for let's work together and move forward and bide our time here. Starting to learn the kart a little bit better. Seems to behave okay. A little understeer through that hairpin down there. Get a decent run up the hill here on the number 23. Stick it on the inside. And take that position, or so I think, and then forget to look at the corner, outbrake myself, and he makes a great inside pass to take that position back. Really nice. So now I got to work on him. I know I can pass him. I know I've got some speed on him, but I've got to get back up there. Right now I'm going to bump him and work with him. I don't have enough speed to overtake him for the next corner. He takes a whole lot of curb there. Yikes. And slides a little bit wide for it. So I'm gonna stick it in the outside of that last kink, and he's gonna run me right to the edge of the track. I get a little bit of a tap from behind, which allows me to get past him. Now I've got a lot of work to do. You can see that gap ahead of me, both to the next kart and the number 1 kart, which is ultimately where I want to be. So now it's about putting my head down and making as much progress as I can. You saw me looking back and giving the number 23 card the let's work together and move forward symbol. Little tap on the barriers there, using up all of that track. Ducking my head down, trying to get as little air resistance as possible. I'm a tall driver and I make a real good windsock, which is not great for racing. So my eyes are forward, trying to make as much progress as I can, trying to turn as quick a lap as I can just to catch up with these two before any kind of draft comes into play between them. Let's fast forward a bit and see when we catch this pack. Alright, it's been a couple laps. I've not made a ton of progress on the driver ahead of me, but he has caught the driver ahead of him. So we together are moving up. And what I don't want to happen is for those two to hook up and create a pair of draft buddies that really, really move away from the rest of us. So I'm interested in keeping this pace, catching them as fast as possible, and right away you can see they're going side by side, they're starting to battle, which it can only be good news for me. So you can see how quickly I catch them as they start to fight. I went from almost a second behind them to right behind them in only a few corners. So I take a bit of a trimmer line through the hairpin there, and I'm able to get Tony going up the hill. So that's great. So now I've gone from way back to just in second there. Now my job is to catch and pass the man in front. I can see he's quite quick. We've been pacing each other for several laps. I've got a little bit of his draft, though. You can see when I duck my head down, I really get a good boost there. Pretty evenly matched with Ronnie. Going a little defensive into 4. I'm pointing out this slow driver on the left there. Make sure everybody sees him and not cause a big incident. And I checked up a little bit for that and got a little tap from behind from Tony, so I gave him the thank you. And that was the white flag that we just saw there. So now I've got my sights set on Ronnie, and I'm really looking for an opportunity to capitalize to make that pass stick right at the end of the race here. I got a great run out of here. I go on the inside of Ronnie, but he's having none of it. He's gonna make it stick. I'm able to get a decent run up the hill on him. Poke my nose. Oh no, he doesn't see me, doesn't give me the racing room, gives me the hand. A little frustration there in the heat of the moment. And I tried to stick it up the inside because really I thought that was the only time I had. And I think it probably was. In hindsight, I would have liked to have given him a little bump and see if he could outbrake himself into 4, but really I think that's all I had for him. And he won that race fair and square. Good race and a great time. All right, jumping straight into the main. Getting ready to go green here, watching that flag. And wow, terrible reaction time. Strikes again. I give the cart a little hop to try and regain any momentum I can. And at least maintain 4th, so that's nice. And here we are again, right behind Ronnie. This cart I noted in the beginning was extremely loose. I'm trying to work with the cart here as soon as I can, but not really understanding what I've got under me. Wasn't sure if Ronnie was pointing me by there. Anyway, yeah, this cart was extremely loose on my outlap before we gridded up, so I am working with this cart to try and understand how we're gonna behave together. Generally, for this layout, I like a loose cart, but for some of the corners, such as the corner we just went through, that last corner, Kimbrell, or the hairpin, it makes it very challenging. Contino, this corner, a loose cart helps a ton. You can see me gain all kinds of time on Ronnie with a loose cart there. So I'm just gonna push Ronnie here. See if we can go up and meet those 2 in front. You can see me fighting with the cart through that corner. Really difficult corner with this cart. This time I do get a run on Ronnie through the corner I tried to beat him on last time. Got a little help from behind. Much appreciated. I believe Diego's behind me helping me. We're working together. As long as we can maintain a similar speed, we'll work together. A lot of tucking. Whenever I'm down and tucking like that, I'm looking to my left and looking at the tram lines on the track to make sure I'm going straight and not veering off anywhere. Let's skip ahead a couple. Alright, we're a couple laps in. We've made some progress. It looks like the number 1 guy is running away with it. That's Ayrton. up there. But we are catching Vlad, who is in second. He's starting to run wide, and he's starting to make a couple of mistakes in the first corner, which I've noticed. So I'll continue to watch for those as I try and build a strategy for passing him. There it was again. So he's early apexing the first corner, and it's throwing him all out of shape for both the second apex and for Contino, the large left-hand horseshoe. Getting a good run here. Learning from my previous late race, I'll give him a bump instead of trying to look up the inside. I'd rather catch the leader anyway. Really running wide on the exit of 4 there. We're supposed to keep two wheels on the paint, so he's getting quite an advantage running that wide. Getting a good toe here in his draft. And again, early, and too fast as well. So I'm really taking note of that. It's really gaining me time, and now he's actually slowing me down. He's holding me up at this point. I'm having to lift and check up a little bit to not plow into him. That's twice he's done it in a row, so I'm pretty confident he's going to do it again. Staying as close as I can to him. In case he does make that mistake again, I want to capitalize on it. He's doing a little tucking, trying to catch up to the leader himself. I look to the inside of 4. Nah, not gonna happen. He's running very wide on the exit of 4. It's twice in a row. That should be a penalty. Or at least a warning. It sticks. And again, too hot into turn 1. Runs wide. And you can see that tap on exit. That is the result. He loses exit speed, and this is one of the fastest and straightest areas of the course. It's not a time you want to be doing that. Get a little inside tap from Diego there. He waves about that and shakes his head as well, so do I. A little bummed about that, but it was such a light tap, and this kart was so oversteery that I was right on the limit of traction during that corner, and any disturbance at all would have thrown me off, and it did. So we made good about it after the race. No hard feelings there. That was a pretty clean pass as far as Calspeed goes. Okay, last lap, and I'm in 4th. I'm really wanting to have a podium for this day, so I got to make a pass here. Vlad makes a huge mistake and a ton of curb through Contino. I go to his inside, and he pushes me into the tires. I'm very upset about it. The emotions are really running high here. Try to take control of yourself as fast as you can. Hard not to get hot under the collar about it, though. You're trying so hard to race cleanly and well, and when you get pushed into the tires like that, and you lose a second and a half of time, it really bums you out. And then through 4 here, he carries a ton of speed again by running off the track. Trying to get the marshal's attention there. And there you go, you get the checker with the black flag, meaning the results are unofficial. And Vlad's pushing me wide through Contino, and probably his running wide on the exit of 4 resulted in our places being swapped. So I do end up 3rd and on the podium. So really happy with that result, hoping to make that stick for the next couple of rounds, and we'll see you for the next one. Thanks guys, bye.